What's up, everybody? Patrick from wpbuilderhelper, and today we have a WordPress news announcement that we're going to do. We've got 3 different topics that we're talking about, and they're all pretty important in some way, shape, or form. They deal with security, they deal with plugins, they deal with plugins that are going away, they deal with things that affect WordPress in one way or another. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about saving you money, and let's talk about just some theory that's going to be going on. Links down below in the description to this, and once again, if you like this show, go ahead and subscribe to it. We love those subscribes. Hit some likes. It tells the algorithm that you like our show, and then we end up getting listed. More people like us. All right, thank you so much, and let's get started. So the first thing on our list today was I just did a video about Ubersuggest and why you should use it and what's going on with it. Well, guess what? Ubersuggest decided to change their model, just like I had said that they were going to do. And I wanted to talk about this because if we go back to our description again, so just so you can compare, you can go back to my video and view it and see what it looked like before. You'll notice that Ubersuggest has, in fact, unfortunately, they've decided to move to a paid plan. And so now you have to pay for some of the content. Not all of the content, but some of the content. According to Neil, he says that basically operating Ubersuggest, it was just entirely, it took too much money, which I believe in. I don't think he's lying. I believe that he's telling the truth. But now you'll see, if you want to see historical word data, you got to sign in with Google. And even when you sign in with Google, it doesn't give you the historical word data. It just gives you this information. There's no telling what is going to end up getting X'd out at some point. And this is smart. Neil is a smart guy. Neil knows what he's doing. Yeah, I get that there's probably a lot of people using this, and because there's a lot of people using this, he needs to charge for it. I don't disagree with that. I think it definitely needs to be done. But it's the sheer fact that, so what Neil is doing is he's using some mind tricks here to basically get you to use his plugin. So because he's given it away for free for so long, this is actually a very valid strategy for many different people. What happens is, if you give something away for free for a long enough time, people become grateful to you. This is a known strategy. Everyone knows about it in psychology and things like that. And so in this case, he's been giving this away for so long that he has built up an audience. That was his purpose, because he didn't want to compete with some of the other SEO plugins out there. And so while I understand this is costing him money, it's costing him money, but he's also going to gain money from the number of subscriptions that he gets from here. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet that he will not show his financials for this, because it's easy to say that you're losing money from it, but it's hard to show what you're gaining from it. I guarantee he's going to turn this into a cash cow. And so for me, is it bad? No. I mean, look, the guy made a program, he bought a program, he's improved upon it, he's built it, it's a good thing. I'm happy that it's working, but at the same time, I told you guys this was coming. He was going to monetize it at some point. And Neil is an affiliate marketer. Regardless of what anyone else calls him, he's an affiliate marketer. He's somebody who goes out there, and maybe he doesn't slub other people's affiliates, stuff, but that is what the core of what he does. He sells products and he makes money off of them. That's what he is. I guess you could call that just a marketer. But the point being, if you thought this was going to be free forever, it's not. I fully expect that as days, weeks, months go by, there will be more things out here that will require a sign-in from Google. And then once you're signed in, it'll also require you to take and probably pay a monthly fee. In this case, let's sign in and let's see. Let's see what he gives you. So right here you can see that it's $10 a month, which is not bad in the general scheme of things. It's really not. But you can see right here he's giving you 2 months free. If you switch to yearly, you can save. and it's an annual payment of $100. This is because Neil's making money. This price is going to go up, and slowly this tool is going to become more and more and more expensive. I think the purpose of this is so that he can go back and he can have something to compete with all the other SEO tools out there, because he is a big SEO marketer. So it is what it is, guys. You just got to kind of roll with the punches. When something like this happens, you just need to look at the market and you need to analyze, and you need to say, is this tool worth the money that you pay for it? And quite honestly, with all the other tools out on the market, I'm not sure it is. The one thing that Neil forgets about is the fact that when you get to use a tool for free like this, you get to see what it's made of. And I've been using Ubersuggest for quite some time, and I've already seen a lot of problems with Ubersuggest. I mean, just a lot of problems. Number one being the fact that the data is not accurate. I'm sorry, if I'm going to pay for a tool, I would expect him to have accurate data, and he just doesn't. Now, granted, if you watch my last video, you'll know that no tool is accurate. So unless Google comes out with a tool, this crap is not accurate. I'm sorry. It's close. It's real close, but it's not accurate. When I have done searches, if you get into the really hard long tail stuff, you're going to find that this data is not accurate at all. It's just not. It is what it is, guys. It's the way it works. And so for this, my recommendation is, if you're already using an SEO tool, stick with it. You're not even going to care. And if you are using Ubersuggest, just kind of look at other stuff on the market. There's stuff that's cheaper that's on the market that you could get that give you way more options and way better data and everything else. One of the things I like is the company that actually makes this. What is this? I can't remember the name of it. That's so terrible. The company that makes Rank Tracker. And for the love of me, I can't remember the name of it. That's terrible. Let me give them a shout out. Let me see. Here it is, SEO Power Suite. Now, it does come with a steeper price, okay? So I'm not saying this doesn't come. It's by linkassistant.com. It does come with a steeper price. But the plus with this is that typically you pay like one set price with this, and you could get all of these tools separate if you want, or you could get them all together. The one that I will say that I find the least use for is probably Link Assistant. I just think that the backlink issue with that, from what I've been told from, just different people, backlinks are important, but this method of following backlinks is just a little bit crazy. I like the website auditor, I like the rank tracking, I like all of that. So that's what I would recommend you do, is go with something like this. I don't have an affiliate link for them, sadly. I feel like I should, but I just don't. They have lots of great tools, and their tools, you have to pay a monthly price, but at the end of paying your monthly fee, or at the end of paying the fee that you pay for them, they're actually very cheap. I want to say that they're like, I don't know, $15. So this is $2.99 a year, and then once you have it, you can just pay for the upgraded fee, which is, it's not this much, but the whole point being you could just pay for the updates, and it's much cheaper. I just like this tool. I think this tool is cool. It runs on your own computer, and you don't have to worry about all the rest of it and everything like that. So if you're looking for an SEO tool, I really like this. So let's move on to topic 2 today. So not sure if you noticed, but Brizy has decided to sadly get rid of their lifetime license. So if you're not aware, this is going away. Now, I'll be real honest with you. I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of crappy. It kind of sucks a little bit that they're losing their lifetime license. Some people will say, well, why? You already have a license to them. Why do you care if they're losing a lifetime license? And from my perspective, it's because it gives Brizy a little bit more leverage and power lifetime licenses are, I'm not going to say it's where it's at, and you definitely cannot operate for free. So I understand where this is coming from. I understand this cannot stay this way forever. But to me, at least give people the chance. Like, if I want to pay $500, okay, and get a lifetime license, and I'm hoping they're going to do this. I hope they listen to me and it works. Or pay $4.99 or whatever it is, $6.99, whatever the stupid price is. I think I should be given that chance to pay for that price. So to me, I think you should give this. And to those people who say, hey, it doesn't work that way, you can't take and you can't live off of lifetime licenses, I'm sorry, you can't do it as a developer. Sure, I get it. You can't do it as a developer. You're absolutely right. But I don't know about that, because Divi would beg to differ on that. They've had lifetime pricing since the beginning of Divi. They've always had this. It's never gone up. It's never changed. It's never expired. It's never gone anywhere. And while, yes, Divi is not one of my favorite products, it does have very consistent pricing. And that is one of the things that I think people are forgetting about when they're looking at all these different builders. The fact that pricing and everything goes up or it goes down or it goes away is just, people are tired of it. It's a marketing gimmick. Because if you come back with this lifetime pricing later on down the road, you're going to tick people off because they're going to feel like they've been slighted for some reason. And that's not the way I feel, but it's the way general public feels when they see lifetime pricing and it goes away, comes back, goes away, comes back. So if this is truly going away, then you need to take and get a license now. I mean, I'll put a link down in the description below. If you want to buy it, it's got my affiliate link tied to it, and I'll get a little cut of it. If not, don't buy it and just roll the dice, and you could technically pay for their pricing. I believe that this pricing is very affordable. I like the way they do this. $99 a year is very good. From the left-hand side of things, I think their pricing is very good. I just don't want to see them play games with this. And I feel like, just judging from the way things are, you're going to see them come out with lifetime price in the future. I could be completely wrong. Don't know. Have no idea. I'm just guessing. But I feel like it may come out at some point a little bit higher. So maybe $4.99, then maybe $5.99, then maybe $6.99. And so that might end up being what they do on specials, maybe end of year specials or something like that. But regardless, I think that this is a good value. I don't think it's to the level yet where I'm super happy with it, where I think that it should be. But like I said, Divi has always been very fair, and the team behind it has been very fair. They are not finished with all the features. We have to see them finish all the features first. So if you don't have a copy of this, you might want to jump on it like today, because it's already at $9.80, and they just announced this the other day. I think it was on their blog, if I'm not mistaken. But they just announced it the other day. It was at 1,000. So yeah, it was at 1,000 licenses, and now it's at $9.80. Now, once again, that could be a marketing gimmick too. But regardless, I would recommend that you take and you do that. So I'm just gonna say, I recommend that you take and you go get a license to this if you don't already have it. Because if you don't, then there's a good chance that you're not going to get in at this price, and this is a decent price for this builder for what you could do. So that's just my take on it. If you already have a solution, a Divi, an Oxygen, or whatever, and you're good, stick with what you got and just let this pass you by. Don't worry about FOMO or anything like that. And lastly, the last thing I wanted to talk about today was a big giant hacking situation on WordPress. It seems like these are coming out all the time. I'm getting so sick of hearing them, and yet every time you turn around, there's another plugin that got hacked. This one tends to be a really bad hack. And actually, it was found by WebARX, which I really wish I would have gotten a lifetime license with them, because apparently these guys have been coming out and talking about hacking and doing everything with hacking, they've been finding things that other people aren't finding, which is usually interesting. WordFence finds a lot of things. WebRx finds a lot of things. I've been seeing their name come up a lot. But I wish I would have gotten a lifetime license so I could test their security out. But apparently it's ThemeGrill Demo Importer. And basically what it allows the hackers to do is literally wipe your whole entire site. Like you can wipe it. Which, to be quite honest with you, I don't even know what this is. So if we look at this, I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of this. I don't know what it is. Obviously it's an importer from this company, ThemeGrill, which I guess is a theme company, but apparently I don't know. I mean, they've got a lot of active installs, but apparently it's just one click away and you can import a theme. Well, guess what? Apparently, it turns out there's an exploit, and if you have it on your website, then it could totally wipe out your whole entire website. And they kind of go over the details of it and what you could take and what you could expect from it, and it's just scary because we're seeing this happen more and more. I think last year, Divi had like 2 or 3 hacks, not hacks, I shouldn't call them hacks, exploits, that were found by either the community or someone else long before hackers ever found them. And these exploits were fixed and they were patched, but it got to the point where I'm seeing Divi get hacked on a constant basis, and it was getting unnerving to some extent. Because if you're a client or someone who doesn't pay anyone for the ability to take and manage your site, and you just let your site run wild, well, guess what? You have a good chance of getting hacked. And some people will say, well, you get what you deserve. But I think that in some respects, this drives people away from WordPress. This is like a bad thing because they're going to say, well, fine, I'm done. I don't want a website where I have to update plugins and deal with this. And they move to something like Wix or something like Squarespace, which just, they're not my favorite tools to use. They're much harder. They're a ecosystem that's enclosed. They're a pain in the butt. There's other things out there. There's Joma and there's Drupal and things like that. But point being, when you have to update a plugin, and all of those still have updates for plugins, you just have to be careful. You have to get somebody to make sure that you're following things and you're updating. There's plenty of software out there. There's plenty of things that can do this for you. But I'd recommend you're doing it on a daily basis. If you're one of these people who thinks that you can just build a website and leave it, good luck with that. You're in for a real rude awakening. And if your web designer's not telling you about this, then you've got a giant problem on your hands, because that's someone who has failed to understand the importance of updating both the core of WordPress and the plugins that you're using on your website. Stuff like this is happening all the time. And this is just 100,000 sites. Like I said, with Divi, I've seen it closer to 300, 400, 500, almost 1 million sites. I mean, it happens. Be careful. Update your sites. Do what you need to do. And go from there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, like I said, like and comment and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys next time.